Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of June 20th through 26th of 2022. So, just getting your cards out here, and they're coming out just fine. So, it should just be another minute or so. So I just want to remind you that, as always, this is a general angel reading. And so any part of this that doesn't resonate with you, leave it there. Like, don't try and make it fit, you know? Do keep it in mind, though, because it could come up within the next week, right? So, all right. So let's see what's going on here. Okay. All right. So we start off with soulmate relationship. Soulmate relationship. New romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. So, it does talk specifically about romance, but it's not always the case. But for many of you, it is this beautiful, delicious new relationship that you're having. Now, it could be romance, could be a friendship, could be just somebody you've connected with in your coffee group or whatever, right? And the two of you just really resonate so well that you just want to spend more time with that person, right? Do you understand that feeling? You've had that before, right? With other people at various points of your life. Now, this coming up, or this that's happening now, it will not take away from any other relationships that you already have. It adds its own beauty and special qualities to your life in general. Okay. And so it's like you have this soul connection with that person, and there's still things that you have to explain, to them, that, oh, well, I feel this way, and they may feel differently, but you're so close to being on a level that you understand, where with somebody who's not as close to you soul-wise, they can explain it till the cows come home and you still don't get it, right? And the other way around. You can explain yourself forever and they just don't. They glaze over, right? That's not what's happening here. This is somebody who gets you. And it's a really beautiful thing. The purpose of this new connection or deepening connection with somebody from before, that might be true for some of you. But so the purpose of this connection is to assist each other in your growth, right? So at the beginning, you'll sit there and you'll discover all the similarities and the few differences. And so when there's somebody who's that close to you, it's often, you're kind of justifying each other, right? You're confirming what you already know. And that will happen at the beginning of this relationship. But as it continues, you're going to like egg each other on, going deeper within, so that you each can grow a whole bunch more. This new world that we're in requires of us a lot of growing, because it's different, it's unfamiliar. There are really, really dark, shadowy aspects of it, but there are also the amazingly brilliant, bright growth aspects of it. And that's the part that we're all learning right now, and that this soulmate relationship will assist both of you to get deeper into that quicker. Okay. And along with that, use your crystals. This is also part of that absolute brilliant light that is being uncovered now. It's always been there, but now it's being uncovered and more of us can see it and so and feel it, right? We're no longer, and this is not quite true, but it's becoming more this way, that we're no longer the woo-woo crowd, right? We are now becoming more like legitimate, or more visible is probably the best word. That more people, even outside of the light worker woo-woo community, are able to see things that they never could before, things that we've seen for a long time, right? And so the crystals are all part of that. Use your crystals, whatever resonates most with you. Use them to cleanse your energy field, to clear old stagnant energy. Use them to place shields around yourself. Use them to increase your connection to the divine, your intuitive powers. Use them for healing. Use them for anything and everything that you can possibly think of. Clearing spaces, right? Creating boundaries around your, say, your property, where you spend your time, to keep you safe, for protection, right? All those things. Use your crystals. I'm, not all that knowledgeable about crystals, but go to a crystal store. If you're here in Alberta, try and get to Cochrane. There's a really magical store there called Amaryllis Crystal Garden. And so if you go there, they will be able to help you. There are many others. This happens to be friends of mine too. And so that's why I gave them a little plug there. But there are many others. Most communities have a crystal store. Oh, there's one in Sundre too. It's really, really great. Mystic Mountain, I think. Something Mountain. Sorry, Kathy, can't remember. Okay, and so anyway, wherever you are drawn to go for your crystals, you go there and you talk to the people and see. And also there's a way to do this. So I have this great big chunk of amethyst sitting here on my desk. It's beautiful, hey? And amethyst was one of the not this one, but a different amethyst was one of the very first crystals that I ever chose for myself and purchased. And I went around that store and I just hovered with my hand, and I didn't even know how to do this at that time. Just hovered with my hand, and I got to the amethyst and my hand went and it was like I had to take that one home. Like it was just magnetic to my hand and I couldn't let go of it. So see how that works for you. Give that a try. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, so the next two cards from both decks, one from each deck, are kind of the same. Contemplation time. So it's like, you've been busy, you've been doing lots of stuff. You're kind of going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. For some of you, it's been really busy that you're barely able to pay attention to what you're doing because you've got so much stacked up behind it to do. For others, it's been a more calm pace, and you've been just, looking after things one after the other. You haven't really been taking time for nothing, right? No physical movement, no accomplishing anything. Time to sit in your feelings, your thoughts a certain amount. Time to simply be one with nature. Retreat into nature. And so it's time that you carve out like an hour a week or more, kind of a bare minimum of an hour a week, to go sit in nature, to get to know yourself again, to simply breathe, to feel what the world is telling you, to align your vibration, your frequency, with that of the earth. It's time. You need this. I'm feeling this like as the picture of you sitting on the earth and the life crawling up your back. That's the picture I'm being given. And the life filling your body. That's so beautiful. Okay. Now, this is the week to acknowledge all the feminine energy in your life. And this is no matter whether you are male or female, it doesn't matter. But to pay attention to the feminine energy, mother, wife, sister, daughter, and those relationships with those people, right? Spend time. And it may not be with all. I mean, maybe you don't have a daughter. Maybe you don't have any sisters, whatever the case may be. But this energy, these people are important to you, especially this week. It's like solidifying a connection, right? So the message is breaking in to say, if you have like toxic relationships with some of these people that you have already chosen, that those are outside of your boundary, then do not resurrect that. That's not what this is talking about. This is talking about the ones that you are in a relationship with, to spend time, to treasure them, to be with them, to serve them in some way, right? And to notice the feminine energy, how it's different from the masculine. And if you have relationships with people that are broken, with women that are broken, that you're choosing deliberately to not spend physical time with those people, spend some of your contemplation time fully understanding all the nuances of that. So they're kind of saying, do go through it again, kind of how you reached that decision to not be with them, to make sure that that sits comfortably with you, to understand that you are well within your rights as a human being to cut off ties with anybody that you choose, to keep yourself safe, to keep the world intact, your own world intact, right? But just have some time and go through that. If you feel that you require forgiveness, then forgive yourself. If you feel that they require forgiveness, then do that. Okay, spending time with the feminine energies. And so the last card in the main reading here is about self-employment. You are a born entrepreneur, it says. And so some of you may, in fact, be in, an employment job. Totally fine. That doesn't mean you can't be there. It just means that your perspective, your attitude is more that of a business owner. And, in my opinion, any business owner with you as an employee would find you very valuable. So if you happen to have one of those employers who doesn't value your care for their business, maybe it's time to go look for a different place to be. And so those of you who are in an employment situation, but you've been trying to get out of it, maybe the way to go is to start something on the side and build it until it's big enough to take the place of the other employment, right? Check that out. It just feels really resonant. Feels like, oh, wow, you mean I can do that? And yes, of course you can. And you would do very well at it. That's the whole message here. Okay. All right. And so here we have the daily guidance cards. And, ooh, it just kind of rolled out like doing a handspring here. Ooh, time to go. Time to go. It is the ending of a cycle. So, no resistance to that. Allow that to just be how it is. Understand that everything comes to an end at one point or another. It opens up pathways for new beginnings. For right now, it's time to let this one thing end. It feels like you've been a little resistant to that you don't want it to end, that you've been still trying to push and get there, and it's just not working out, and it won't. It's time to stop pushing, time to stop the resistance, and allow things to flow. Okay. All right, Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you can possibly know. And I love you, and I'll see you next time.